So I just got back from a PvP event, which will probably end up being the next episode. Um, but I realized I really haven't played this in a while. So I figured, it's as good as time in it. Wow. I also, coming off the worst night of sleep I've ever had in my life, decided that, late at night is good to record an episode. So yeah, so this. I finished Island number 2. I got supplies planned for what we're going to work on today. Um, but today is Super Bowl Sunday. It's not really because I'm recording this Saturday night, the day before the Super Bowl, but it's being released tomorrow. So um, let's start with I'm I'm disappointed with how the Patriots played. I'm a Patriots fan by heart. Will always be a Patriots fan. Uh, Nothing anybody can ever say will ever change my opinion on that. Um, Born in New England, so I have no choice. It's what I have to do. I have to root for them. So I'm disappointed at how they played today. I think they could have played better. I think that we really could have won that game. How do I make? Yeah, like that. Oh, but you lose one? I'll think about that later. Yeah, so I think they could have played better. They should have played better. Um, but hopefully they'll be back in it again next year. Um, on the other hand, I'm very excited because the Patriots won the Super Bowl. I think that we played well. I'm glad that we did just enough to outplay the Rams, and I thought it was a good game. Even if you're not a Patriots fan, it was enjoyable to watch. So now I think I've covered my bases. No matter what happens tomorrow, this video will be relevant. But in all seriousness, I am a big football fan. I grew up watching football my entire life. Did I explain what I'm doing? I'm making a bridge. This bridge goes from here to Tim Island number 2. I should probably have explained that better. Yeah, I didn't record any on the last server, but I made a bridge that I really liked, so I'm going to try and make something similar here, even though it's not going to be exactly the same. Okay, so yeah, I was born in Massachusetts, lived the first maybe year and a half of my life in New York, but then grew up the rest of that time in Hampshire. So, everything from before I lived in New Hampshire, I basically don't remember. And my parents were both born in Massachusetts as well, so my parents also grew up Patriots fans. So it was kind of inevitable for me to be a Patriots fan when I grew up. And boy, is it a good time to be a Patriots fan. Is this gonna break? I don't think it's breaking. One of my earliest childhood memories is actually from the greatest show on turf, from the Patriots Super Bowl win against the Rams. So it's weird just watching. Oh no, weird watching how this dynasty has kind of developed over the course of my life. Which, I mean, as a fan of the sports team, I'm totally psyched for. I can understand, though, why people are getting tired of seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl, because we're there 3 years in a row now. So it's in terms of value for me, it's great, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Might have to change up how I'm doing that end compared to how I do this end. Now that I think about it. Yeah, so it's great value for me, but in terms of the rest of the NFL and what it's doing for the entire sport, it's probably not the best to have such a dynasty. That was why originally they put the cap rule into place, and that did stop dynasties. You look at the Steel Curtain, the Steelers of was that the 70s. You've got the Dallas Cowboys. You've got the Joe Montana led 49ers, even to Steve Young led 49ers. Uh, they're dynasties, and when you put the cap rule into place, it prevented them from getting all of the high end talent just because they're a richer team. And I think it's a good change, and it annoys me when I'm playing Madden because then I have to deal with the stupid cap salary. But in terms of the rest of the sport, I think it's good until you get somebody like Bill Belichick, who decided that the salary cap is not, I can't say a mere suggestion, but it's super easy, barely an inconvenience, as Screen Rant pitch meetings would say. And it's led to some of the best enjoyment for me, and a lot of hatred from other fans, which is kind of nice. It's always nice to prove the haters wrong. And for the Patriots, there's a lot of haters. So, even I live in New Hampshire, and still I have a bunch of fans. I have some Eagles fan friends who were, had mixed emotions last year because, the rest of their friends were mad because they were rooting for the wrong team, but then they were happy because the Eagles ended up winning that Super Bowl. I have a few Steelers friends up in this area, and that's a difficult one because there's such a rivalry between those two teams. It's not great. I need this to slope down way more. That's because that's not gonna go down far enough. I don't think I thought this all the way through before I started recording and just talking. I guess, what if I just make this one 3 as well? A few lengths of 3. Yeah, so, tomorrow, whichever the outcome is, it'll be something. I mean, if I were to be entirely honest, I wanted to play against the Saints. I wanted the Saints to win the NFC conference game because I have so much respect for Drew Brees and the quarterback that he is, and honestly, the lack of recognition that he gets really infuriates me. He broke a few records this year. That nobody really has talked about them. Everyone made a big deal over Brady's 500 career touchdown pass. Drew Brees did the same thing, but Drew Brees also took the lead for all-time passing yards. If that's not a record that you want to have, then I don't know what is, because it's just I'm lost for words. I honestly, as a football fan in general, so Patriots fan aside, I'm so happy that I've lived at a time where there's so much great talent around the quarterback position. I got to grow up with a Brady Manning rivalry. Rivers also doesn't get the recognition he deserves, but Phillip Rivers is an amazing quarterback too. Drew Brees doesn't get the recognition that I think he deserves. I don't think that he's the greatest of all time, like I think that Brady is. But on my list, I think I put him ahead of Peyton Manning. Maybe still just below Montana. If he had won a Super Bowl this year, I would have had him second all time to Brady. And now with Pat Mahomes, I think he's going to have an awesome career. Looking at what he did this season, sure, that's stuff that Brady did, but Brady had a lot more experience when he did it. So when Pat Mahomes actually kind of gets a grip on the NFL and gets to grips with his coaching staff and with everybody on his team, it's scary to think how good Kansas City is going to be, especially because he has Tyreek Hill, such a deep threat. The guy is impossible to cover. It's just I'm happy to live at this time period. And I was hoping that Deshaun Watson was going to be the next big thing, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it was Pat Mahomes. So, wow, this needs to come down a lot more. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I go one more down on that and start working up. No. I think that's the lowest point it can be. Let's fly around and take a look at this. Yeah, that needs to slope down a lot more. That's not working the way I thought it would. I'll have to undo that. I guess I want it to slope down more and kind of hit a low point right about here. And then swing back up to this island. I think that's got to be done on this end. And grab the axe. In terms of other talent in the NFL right now, I think that there's some really good running backs in the league, and I think that there's some insanely good wide receivers in the league. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is overrated because he just makes the crazy catches. He is good, and I'm not saying that he's not good, but I don't think that he's the next Jerry Rice. And everyone's gonna say I'm biased on this next pick. Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer in my book. To go from being a quarterback at Kent State to being, a 7th round draft pick for the Patriots, where they said, "Hey, we want to make you a wide receiver." Like, that's just such a career change, such a switch in everything that you've known, and to now be second all time in receiving yards. That's impressive. I think that's really cool, and I'm proud to have him on the Patriots. Marcus Colston, no, not Marcus Colston. I've been playing a lot of old Madden games. Mike Thomas, that's the Saints receiver that I'm trying to get to. Reminds me a lot of Marcus Colston, and he is just, he's one of my favorite players in the NFL in general right now. I also love Alvin Kamara. I like a lot of the players on the Saints. Going into every year, I pick a secondary team that I root for, and most years it ends up being the Saints, just because I like Drew Brees and I like a lot of the players. But yeah, so just Mike Thomas, his build and his play style reminds me a lot of Marcus Colston, when Marcus Colston used to be Drew Brees' #1 target. So why is it like I'm stuck on the floor? I think it's technically like thinks I'm flying or something. Maybe not anymore. Maybe it's just the new swimming mechanics that I'm not used to. So yeah, I think that, just in the short career that he's had so far, I think he's underrated as a receiver, and that's saying something too, because I don't think he's even really that underrated. Nobody's around saying, "Oh, he's not actually that good." But I just don't think he's getting the credit that he deserves. And then Tyreek Hill, I mentioned before with the Pat Mahomes. That dude is awesome. He's so fun to watch. He's so explosive. It's just, I wish I was that good at football. I'm not. I try to be, but that kind of natural speed and talent is impossible to find. So I think the Chiefs got a really good deal on that. At first, I questioned some of their moves. So did they have? No, they have Sammy Watkins now. Because Sammy Watkins came from the Rams. Who did they have that they traded away? Maybe it was Watkins, and Watkins is now in the Rams. Maybe I'm backwards in all of these. No, they have Watkins now. which receiver did they trade away? They traded away somebody. They traded away their #1 receiver. And I thought it was a weird call at the time because I didn't think that Mahomes was going to be as good as he was going to be. And so I figured, I'm like, nah, you need to give the kid all the help he can get on the offense. And he proved me wrong on that. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so Tyreek Hill is just, he's impressive. You have guys like Keenan Allen, who nobody talks about, but who would Rivers throw to? Like, he hasn't had a great core of receivers in San Diego. And they're still San Diego in my book. They'll never be Los Angeles. Keenan, but yeah, he's also a sleeper fantasy pick. As is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is not Brees. Philip Rivers, the other Drew Brees. The other underrated quarterback that I was talking about. Sleeper fantasy pick. If you're ever playing fantasy football, racks up a bunch of points and nobody really seems to pick him. And I've been torched by that a couple of years in a row, where my friend Colton drafted Rivers and then beat me in a few games with it. That block just wants to be, and I keep falling off. So yeah, Keenan Allen does some really good things. Melvin Gordon, a lot of that team is underrated. Brandon Cooks, I thought was going to be good with the Patriots, and then I thought he was going to be a bust with the Rams, and he's proved me wrong. He was good when he was with the Saints, but the idea to switch from that playstyle to go over to the big body physical wide receiver, I think was a good one, because that's what I had grown up watching Brees play with. So I liked that idea, and I was happy that we had gotten Brandon Cooks. But then Cooks, didn't. I don't know why we didn't keep him. He did well in his season with the Patriots, but so that I did 3, technically 4. So 2, 3. So I guess go down one more with these. And I was very happy when Patriots acquired Josh Gordon this year in a trade, which I don't know how that one's gonna work out, because we technically offered a conditional pick, but since Gordon has gotten himself suspended indefinitely, does that mean that we get to keep our pick? I don't know. That's why I don't understand the conditional picks in the NFL. But it's not even a great pick, so it doesn't really matter to me much if we keep it. That's 5th round conditional, I think. And because it's the Patriots, it'll be end of the 5th round. So, I can do without it. But he came in and had a great season, and I was really excited, and then he did drugs again, which is really sad, because I think if he had a healthy, normal career, I think he would have been up there in talks of some of the greatest wide receivers of all time, with like Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, those guys. So I did 4 of that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then this is the one that I was going to do 3 now. Even at this, I'm not sure that this is going to go as low as I want it to. I guess I'll have to keep building and see. So yeah, why don't I at least finish connecting these bits, and I guess I'll be back to wrap up an episode, maybe? I don't know how long it's been. Probably, I would have said around like 15 minutes. So it might be another short episode. But I need to get to sleep because I am so tired. Alright, so I've been looking at this, and I'm actually not too unhappy with it. It does have a nice slope down, but then it's a little sharp here. But in order to keep with the pattern to make it, smooth through that part, it kind of has to suffer. Okay, well I am an absolute expert at wings, by the way, so yeah, it's just a little sharp there. Maybe there's something I can do to like tune it back up to where it looks normal. It starts swooping. It's not even that late. It's just about midnight, and usually I'm up much later. But that's actually the issue for today, is I got no sleep last night. Like, when people say no sleep, they mean they actually got like 3 or 4 hours. When I'm saying it, I mean like I had maybe one singular cumulative hour of sleep the previous night, and it was not all at once. It was 15 minutes here, waking up 15 minutes there, waking up 15 minutes, and then yeah, it's not a fun, it was not a fun night. So yeah, Super Bowl for me is in now 6 hours and 33 minutes till kickoff. No, not 6 hours. 18. Because it's midnight, and I have to wait till 6:30. So 18 and a half hours until Super Bowl, but by the time this video goes up, Super Bowl, it'll either be at about kickoff, or kickoff will have happened, or the game might already be over. I don't know which one. It depends on when I get my editing done. But thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time when I either fill this in and talk about something on camera, or I fill it in off camera and we set to work on this island. So just briefly, I laid out... Oh, jeez. I laid out, you can see the torches. These are gonna be path blocks. Oh, well, that's gonna be a long walk back. Oh, jeez. This is the PvP arena that you guys will get to see in the next episode, maybe? I don't know when we're releasing that. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll head back and get my stuff and then log off. But take care, and I'll see you in the next one.